are investigating basic agronomy of protein crops, namely faba beans and peas. And I suppose it is important because the traditional tillage sector in Ireland is governed by cereals, wheat and barley, and they are used in the feed sector. But animals also need protein, and that part of protein, of plant protein, is acquired in other countries. So we depend on plant protein imports. I suppose we need to develop the sector of plant protein crops in Ireland so we can displace this dependence on imported plant proteins. And we also want to develop pre-breeding materials that are well adapted to Ireland, because at the moment there's no plant breeding program in Ireland for legumes and protein crops in general. We have here in the field several trials ongoing. We address the basic agronomy studies, like we cover parameters such as time of sowing, cultivation systems, and we manipulate the canopy size by varying the seed rate. And the aim is to see the impact of these parameters in yield and yield components. We also have other trials that are variety trials, both winter and spring. And we have more than 200 varieties being tested, all from Europe, and aiming to choose material that is best adapted to Ireland. I can see two major impacts. The first one is, it's desirable in Europe to be self-sufficient in plant protein. And in Ireland, we are very far from that. We depend a lot on imported plant protein. So if we are successful in develop plant pre-breeding materials and testing varieties, we can increase the market of protein for feed, but also aim for high-value markets for human consumption. For example, the gluten-free products, food for health, GMO-free label, among others. And the second impact that we can have is with this climate changing, we are going for weather extremes like periods of heat and drought. And by studying winter versus spring varieties, we hope to give answers to farmers in terms of replacing the spring varieties that are more susceptible to these heat periods, because winter varieties have time to grow a lot of vegetative plant material.